Yo, what's up, guys? Joey here. Today, I want to start a new series I hope to bring to the channel, and we will title it The Best of Steelers Twitter, where we rate, we react, and we have a good laugh about all the shit that goes down on Steelers Twitter. You can always hit me with submissions in any DMs. I found this very entertaining, posting about this, seeing some other shit you guys sent me. I really appreciated it. But here we go. Let's get right into it here. Our first tweet comes from behind the steel curtain on Twitter. A very good source, very good source. Give him a follow. Give him a follow. But this one right here, could this be Justin Lane's breakout season? This picture of him lifting some weights. I'm sure Justin Lane lifts lots of weights, but I don't think he ever did anything much for the Steelers. There was a span of about 3 years, I believe, when we drafted Justin Lane. I believe we drafted him in 19, right? 2019? 2018 or 19. Sounds about right. Anyways, I don't even remember that's how irrelevant he was. The only thing I remember Justin Lane for was between the 2020 and 2021 season. In the off season, he got arrested in I believe Bel Air, Ohio, for gun possession. So shout out Justin Lane. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. But that is certainly a take of all time from behind the steel curtain. Here we go. Next comes from It's Your Boy Jeremy. He says Mitch Trubisky will be in MVP candidate discussions in 2022. Now, Jeremy, my friend, I wish it happened. Believe me, I wish. But it was just never going to happen. Career backup, draft bust, whatever you want to call him. Friend of the channel. Shout out, Money Mitch Trubisky. Love the guy to death. But it's time to get real. Moving on. Another Mitch Trubisky tweet, and this one right here, this was posted under my tweet where I asked for submissions. This is my favorite tweet, I think, in the history of Twitter. This one comes from @YinsUp, and it reads, "Hot take: Mitch Trubisky is Josh Allen, who was put in a terrible situation. That's the reason they brought him into Buffalo, because there's no drop-off if Allen got hurt. We got our guy, don't at me." And no hate to any of these people. No hate, obviously. This is all in good fun. We can all laugh at our takes. But this one right here, I don't know what the thought process was. This was never even close. This was laughable at the time. Steelers Twitter around the time of free agency last year was still in major coping mode. We were majorly coping from the retirement of Ben. Majorly. If that's not a perfect example, I don't know what is. Easily my favorite tweet of all time, and something I will always post in comparison to the great Money Mitch and Josh Allen, two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, clearly. Moving on, we have someone who I feel will be a regular on the series here. This one comes from Andrew Filipponi. And Andrew Filipponi, I don't know how you guys feel about him. I love the guy. He posts all this stuff on Twitter. He's a big Kenny Pickett fan. And a lot of the stuff he posts on Twitter is wrong. Like, a lot of it's blatantly wrong at the time. He had a tweet. I'm sure I'll mention it at some point. I don't think it's going in this video. He ranked all of the Tomlin draft picks in order, and Kenny Pickett was number one way too early. He gets ahead of himself a lot. But this comes from TJ Watt's draft night. This is a well-known tweet. This is one of the best tweets ever on Steelers Twitter. It reads, "Watt is solid, low risk, won't be an all-pro. If there was any evidence to suggest he's like his bro, he would have been number one pick, like Eli." Now, we all know the rest is history with the great Trent Jordan Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this certainly is an all-time draft tweet from Andrew Filipponi, the man who said that Mason Rudolph would be a better NFL quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Shout out Andrew Filipponi. Here we go. Moving on, we move to Ed Bouchette, who, this is in reaction to the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade in 2019. Minkah Fitzpatrick, obviously a Hall of Fame level player to this point in his career. And this was the tweet. The reactions to this trade were absurd. Here's one. In one word. Dumb. They aren't going anywhere this year anyway. if Mason Rudolph doesn't play well and they tank, that first rounder could be a quarterback. I think we're doing just fine. I think we're doing just fine with the 3-time first team All-Pro, soon to be Hall of Famer Minka Fitzpatrick, GOAT, Ed Bouchette. Quite a take. And then I believe this will be the last one. The last one on the episode 1. This one comes from Hunter Hodes. This was 10/28/2020. Now, 2020 season for the Pittsburgh Steelers was a fever dream. 11-0, and we were still never confident in the team. This tweet simply reads, Chase Claypool is going to be a top 10 receiver in this league very soon. Now, Hunter, shout out you, bro. I definitely had this same take exactly in 2020. His 3-touchdown game or however many fucking touchdowns he had against the Eagles in 2020, it had me believing he was the next Megatron. All the comparisons to him and Calvin Johnson at the Combine, it was all so real during that time. Chase Claypool, rookie year Chase Claypool, was something special. What happened to him? I have no clue. But to get a second rounder for him, Omar Khan masterclass. I think that will be it for episode 1, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope we enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun making it. A lot of fun reading the submissions that you guys gave me. Send me submissions for episode 2. We'll get episode 2 in as soon as we get some submissions in. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you later.